So, while I was uploading all the ways I was replacing Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects, a few of you guys asked me how I was replacing Photoshop. Now, I'll be honest, I'm way more of a 3D artist than I am a 2D artist, and I do a lot more 3D sculpting than I do drawing. But I used Photoshop all the time to create 3D texture maps, drawings, diagrams, storyboards, UI, concept art, and thumbnails for YouTube. So if those are the kind of things that you are looking to know how to do in Krita, then here's the crash course on how to do that. When you open the software, similar to Photoshop, you can create a new project by going to File, New, and manually setting the dimensions. Or you can also just start from whatever you have on the clipboard. If you are doing animation or a comic book style, you can change the mode to animation, but just keep in mind you will need to add a timeline Docker to use it properly. Now, once you've got a project started, you can customize this however you want by going into settings and picking the Docker windows that are most important to you. And you can drag and drop literally anything wherever you want. So customize the tools and the menus, literally just put them wherever you think looks best. Once you are happy with what you like, you can save your layout by going to Windows, Workspace, and New Workspace. And now it will be a file that shows up in your Krita folder here. If you ever want to give someone your workspace, you just give them this file, make sure they put it in this exact file location. Then when they open it, you just go to Windows, Workspace, and select it. By default, you pan with spacebar, and you can zoom by holding Control and scrolling up and scrolling down. Shift spacebar rotates the canvas. To revert the canvas to its upright position, just hit 5 on the keyboard. But personally, I like to keep all my camera controls on my mouse hand. So I set middle click to pan by going up to Settings, Configure Krita, Canvas Input Settings, Pan Canvas, and set it to middle mouse button. And in the same section, you can also set scroll to just zoom in and out without having to hold Control. And what that does is allow us to pan with middle click and scroll up and down to zoom in and out without needing to use our left hand at all. But you can set it to whatever you want. Now, Krita and Photoshop share almost identical tools. We have brush, shape selects, gradients, paint buckets, and I'm not going to waste your time telling you things you probably already know. I'm sure you also probably know that brushes are going to be your most common tool, and if you want to start designing stuff, you just press B to go to the brush tool, or you can right-click to bring up a UI that selects from various common brushes. Now, one thing to note is the erase tool is also here. You can pick your color from here as well, and you can even change the rotation of the canvas by dragging like this. Now, if you want to erase while you are brushing, you don't have to go to the eraser tool. You can actually just press E, and now you will be erasing instead of drawing. If you want the eyedropper tool, you just hold Control, and the next time you left click, you will grab whatever color is under your mouse. Now, if there is a specific type of tool or brush you wish you had, you can go to kritaartist.org, and from here you will find lots of free, awesome tools that you can use to speed up your workflow. If you have custom brushes that you want to use, you can import those by going to the Settings, Manage Resource, and Import Resources, and you will see the brushes now appear in the Brush Preset panel. To use a lazy brush, go to the Tool Options and set Brush to Stabilize, and now you can draw things really smooth like you can with the lazy brush in Blender or ZBrush. The layers function exactly like they do in Photoshop. You can right-click and see the hotkeys for all the things like duplicate or merge layer down. And if you press on the alpha, it will lock it so that your next adjustments only happen on the things that have been painted on the layer so far, which is kind of cool because it makes it super easy to add effects to just pieces of the image. Now, you can also use the 1, 2, and 3 keys to automatically focus on the middle and zoom in on your image. At any point, if you want to check the symmetry, you can press M to mirror the canvas, or if you want to paint symmetrically, you can click on the horizontal or vertical symmetrical icons up here. You can press Ctrl T to rotate or resize an image, and just like Photoshop, we have the Magic Wand tools, which can quickly select and isolate things. We even have this new tool called Similar Color Selection, which is like a Magic Wand, but is specifically for collecting things that are similar colors. The settings for both can be found in the tool section. Now, one of my favorite tools, though, is the Quick Clean. Once you have it selected, you can literally just scrub things that aren't supposed to be on your image. I love this tool. It's so easy for polish. And if you want to adjust the contrast, just go up to Filters, Adjust, Curves, and now you just mess with this curve until you're happy. You can also change the color hue by going to Filters, Adjust, HSV, and these settings will control the hue of the layer selection. Another really cool thing Krita has built in is if we go to Filter, Edge Detection, Height to Normal, and press OK, this will allow us to turn any image into a normal map, which is awesome if you're trying to make 3D art. And last but not least, one of my favorite things about Krita that is actually better than it was in Photoshop is, you know how Photoshop has an AI generate feature which will often give you completely random and kinda useless results? Well, in Krita, you can actually control that a lot more. You can use the AI generate feature, but you can actually plug in your own AI model directly into it so that it gives you what you actually want. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about using other people's work. I'm talking about you created your own artwork with your own style, with your own model and your own references, and you were just generating your own characters. For example, a lot of you guys know my sword maiden character that we created for Unreal 5, and we use her for prototyping all of our Souls-like game mechanics. Well, I really wanted to play with her design in different settings in 2D. So after taking a few reference photos and training a basic model on it, and just plugging that model directly into Krita's generate feature, I can now generate my character and experiment with different styles and poses. And this is by far my favorite thing in Krita that we didn't have in Photoshop, because you have total control over what you generate now, so it's not useless and basic all the time. And, of course, you can use your manual artistic skills to adjust and draw over the generation the way you normally would. So Krita is now my primary image software that I use every day. It honestly just feels like a total upgrade, and it's completely free. So if you are tired of paying Adobe $70 a month, try Krita out right now, because I have a feeling it's probably more than good enough for you. At least personally, it's definitely good enough for me, but the money that I've been saving through this is an absolute blessing. So I hope that helps, and as always, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you around.